already decided to fly out today. Ooh, okay. Sometimes I like to split it and then just do... I'm always surprised when cards that don't come out often for me come out. I'm like, oh, forgot you existed. Just flexing that muscle, you know? But the 3 cards that came out are the Chariot, which I feel like is future energy, the Tower, and I think the Three of Cups, which is a beautiful card. I've never actually pulled this one. Very clear story happening from this impromptu reading, and I think it really follows the themes that I've been witnessing myself. I really feel like this is the energy kind of going forward. The Chariot card. Tower, I feel like has happened, is happening. I'm really scared when I see the Tower. It looks really chaotic, but actually it means that you're just being redirected on the right path again, but everything needs to kind of fall apart before it needs to come together, and that's something that I think has been a big theme recently. You may have seen on my new Instagram, it's not like a daily series, but it's a 30-day challenge where I show you my outfits. It's called 30 Days of Clarity, adding these little intuitive messages, much like this reading, onto the outfit as well. I had one that said like the life that you want is on the other side of fear. I feel like the Tower is the perfect card that represents that. Now it can be a dramatic card in the sense that the change you're experiencing is really like chaotic, or you've had a great loss, things gone tits up at work, or it could be mental. It could be just that you're breaking away from old habits, old ways of thinking that just have to go. Like you cannot take them with you going forward. I think I also said in a recent vlog as well that sometimes you just need to let things fall apart, and once the dust has settled, once all the pieces are on the floor, you can kind of see where you're at and decide where you're going from there. I always take it as a really good, well needed change. You just can't go forward with what wasn't working before. The Chariot, you might already be in this energy or it's on the way, but the Chariot card is a beautiful card. It's just a card of like driving forward with determination, a certain determination that comes with the Chariot card. Like once you've decided how you're going to go forward, how you want to move forward, knowing that you will succeed if you put in that discipline and if you just stay the course now. Yellow is always a sign of abundance. He's got all these kind of stars around him, which is like a connection to like celestial divine connection. The forces of the Chariot are slightly opposing each other. However, just the will and determination of the person in the Chariot is so strong that they're just going forward towards their objective and their goal, and they're going to be successful. What's really going to help stay the course is the Three of Cups, which is definitely a card of sisterhood, co-collaboration, collaborating on different projects together, and just like overall lifting each other up, leaning into friends, family to really give you that support and lift you up, and just have a laugh, have a good time, and know that the more that you create these joyful experiences with the people around you, the more it will help in sort of supporting that Chariot energy. Like this is where the driving force behind the moving the Chariot is going to come from. Don't be afraid to have a good time, and know that even if you feel like you aren't being productive, you know, having a good time with your friends and family, know that it's all going somewhere. Definitely like a creative card, so like anything that lights you up, like you might even want to take up dance class, painting, an art class, just exercise your creative endeavors. And also, yeah, if you have the opportunity to collab with another person, especially like another woman, this is a great card indicator that you kind of have the support to do that and that it would be good for you. There's my little intuitive reading for the day. I don't know, sometimes I just get bouts of wanting to pick up my tarot cards, but let me know if it resonated. I've been doing a lot of work today, and I've just been messing around with little things like this to kind of like break up the day. All good times. But yeah, here's your daily weird for today's episode. Good morning. Maybe dehydrated, but she's back. Lena, bless her heart. I don't even know if Lena cooked in the 2 weeks that she was here because my kitchen is immaculate. The water in the kettle was the same water from like 2.5 weeks ago. Not gonna lie, there was little stringy things in that water. It was growing a full-on organism. I think if that stagnant water was there even a week longer, I would have come home to a fully formed alien fetus inside my kettle. Bless her, probably one of the best guests I've ever had. Cannot tell you how nice it is to come back to like a fresh slate, clean apartment. She left it so nice. Like I don't really even feel like I need to do like a crazy deep clean, you know. Or when it's like really neat and tidy like this and none of my like micro messes are around, it really does feel like, ooh, like I have to like warm it up again. And this is what I mean. Oh, it feels so nice to be back and in this space again. But yeah, I mean, obviously I changed out my bedding last night. But like here especially, I always feel like this is the section of the apartment, like if there's no clothes hanging up, it really looks super like extra sterile. When I have stuff up here and I have my decks out, it feels more, I don't know, just like full up and homey. But yeah, it's always nice coming back to a clean flat. We'll be tackling these today because I have kept my New Year's resolution of unpacking within 24 hours. And I also just love traveling on a carry-on. Like I could easily live out of a carry-on for 2 or 3 months. By the way, that's my underwear bag, and those underwear are clear, okay? Don't come for me. Lovely little note and a wonderful bottle of natty wine, which I very much appreciate. I'm alive, feeling like shit today. I think my period is due in a few days. Like I just checked my calendar and I really feel it today. 3 days away, and usually I start this 5 days ahead. So this is this brand that I've been working with on Instagram, but I said I'd mention it here as well because I do have a 20% off code. So yeah, they haven't asked me to include this here, but it's amazing. My 3rd cycle on it and it's really helped with my last 2 periods. It's Chinese medicine. It's 11 traditional Chinese medicine herbs in this that are custom to me. Like I did a quiz, they did like Chinese medicine tongue mapping. Hardly any symptoms. My last 2 periods, migraines and headaches being the biggest one, but I had no cramps. It takes 6 droppers, but it's really not that much. 2 times a day, and that sounds like a commitment, but honestly, when you feel the effects of it, it's really not a big deal. The only thing is I'm 3 days ahead of my period. I have it with me, so I hope I've started it in time. Jess Clements also really loves it, and she also swears by it. They need to launch in Europe. The girlies need it. Oh, this is not an ad or a ploy to use my code. You guys know I talk about periods quite a lot, probably every other video, and I just don't think women should suffer, okay? So if I learn, you learn. Okay, let's go. You know, it's still Virgo season when the first thing I want to do is get a green juice. I'm kind of on the green juice buzz lately. God, this is driving me crazy. I got these little bangs trimmed while I was in Canada. Remortgage my life for that, but anyway, it's like a celery, cucumber, apple, ginger one. It's actually pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. That's a cute frame, but you're too far away. Another lovely 2 and a bit weeks in Vancouver. I just wish I could find a place to live that was in the middle, that gave me like a little bit of New York and a little bit of like the nature, super relaxed, quiet vibes that Vancouver does, but alas, I'm always on polarizing opposites. It was beautiful. I caught the end of summer weather. The retreat was sort of in the weekend in between, and it was so wholesome. Kind of signed up blindly. Intuition came through, and actually when we first got there, everyone was a bit like nervous and not like frantic energy, but definitely like we were all on different wavelengths. And by the 2nd day, once we all got to know each other and like the team holding the retreat, it was so interesting to see our energies just align for the next 2 days. Relaxed, no one made each other feel uncomfortable, be themselves but not be too weird or strange. And I got a lot out of the retreat. Joe was super, like his mind was just full of knowledge and wisdom. Incredible thing about hearing Indigenous people talk is that everything is a beautiful story, right? And there's always so many lessons and knowledge and wisdom nuggets built into the story, and it's like it doesn't even feel like you're at like a learning retreat. You feel like you're just there witnessing, and it was a beautiful experience. One of the things that he touched on was how like the universe works almost like in reverse. Like what you think you should be doing is actually the opposite of what you should be doing, or like sometimes when you want to move forward, you have to go inward. It can be sort of ironic in a lot of ways, and I guess the ironic part of this retreat, and maybe the reason why my intuition was telling me to go, or my like spirit guides up there, actually for my boyfriend. We definitely have like similar beliefs and morals. He's not someone that necessarily seeks the knowledge of the universe, no spirituality or anything like that. He's just very comfortable in who he is and open to hearing new ideas. He is the one that got the most out of the retreat. I don't know, like I could get emotional about it because it makes me very proud to be his partner. The word, it's just, I guess there's very little scenarios where we're in groups that we don't already know the people. I think that he really shone in that retreat, and I think that all of the intuitive psychics and healers that were kind of running the retreat gravitated towards him. Got some energetic healing done while we were there, and the main person, Joe, who was running it, really, I think, unraveled a lot of stuff for him that really made a lot of things that I know about my partner kind of make more sense. I don't know, it was just a very big revelation and didn't necessarily bank on me thinking I was going to get some revelation, and actually in my clearing it came through that I know all I need to know. Like, I'm going in the right direction, and I have all the tools and the kind of, I've received all the messages I need to receive. And when I'm scripting, I'm asking for like more information, more things I can share with my audience, more things I can incorporate into my own life. I had intentions from what I wanted going to that retreat, and I got everything I wanted. I got stories, I got to learn about culture. I did like get an energetic clearing, and actually some stuff that was bothering me physically, which was pretty cool. The girls helping run the retreat was also an energy healer, so I've never had physical energy work done on me. And when I say like the knot that was killing me, I had gone for a massage a few days before, but it was still, the massage therapist even said I had like knots up here behind my ear. Everything around my skull, my C1, just felt really tight and tense up here. Healing, she was sitting across from me and she was able to point out, she's like, yeah, do you have like knots right behind your like jawline? Digestion, my lower back, apparently I had lots of old trauma stored in my lower back, and like my lower back always feels very weak. I feel a lot better after the retreat, like physically, and I'm just like so stimulated. Like a lot of the things that I'm interested in talking about, Joe, the person that was like the headliner for the retreat, was diving into. So on a like a very Aquarius level and Libra level, I really enjoyed learning and seeing other people's perspective, but also seeing a lot of mirroring in my like what I believe to be very true in my own heart. So that was cool. Yeah, I think we were there for my boyfriend. I think that I was, you know, the little synchronicity that he needed to like lead him there. This time the picture of who I am was really painted for me in a different way. Muscles that I was exercising that now I know I really want to exercise, and I might talk about it down the line in the future because it's still a part of myself that I'm discovering and leaning into a bit more. Also, I swear I don't do this on purpose, but I'm always out of town for Fashion Week. Like my soul just knows that I don't like partaking in Fashion Week and sort of orchestrates this little plan for me to not be here. But I haven't been here for like the last 3 or 4 Fashion Weeks. Fashion Week is just, it's not for me. Anyone seen the TikToks of that like really aggressive PR guy having a fight with an influencer at a door? Every event is like that, don't get me wrong, but I think Fashion Week is a lot of socializing, a lot of dressing up, a lot of drinking. I think you have to partake in all of those things, but it's like a lot of networking. It's just like go, go, go. And it's very like socialite. I think it's the most gossip girl week of the year in New York, and that's just not a lot of those things line up with me. I'm just not good at it. I'm not good at Fashion Week. In the fashion, obviously I'm a fashion design grad. I just don't have the stamina. I'm not really like trying to be a fashion blogger anymore. I think my audience isn't here to see me at doing like Fashion Week content. It's like, that's not what you're here for. And I think I realized that a few years ago. Say that I definitely missed out on a few ops. Like this was maybe the first or second, I don't know if this was the first time, it might have happened once before. I got a paid offer to be at a fashion show, and it was like, it was a hefty check, guys. So, you know, that one stung a little. I would have put my glad rags on had I been in town. Back to reality. I think the routine of going for a green juice first thing in the morning, getting the sunlight on my face maybe a little bit earlier tomorrow, and just like going for that walk and doing my morning pages. By the way, I did actually start the Artist's Way. I know that I mentioned it in my last vlog, so hopefully by now you've gotten a chance to get it if you wanted to do this very loose accountability book club. But it's the Artist's Way, a spiritual path to higher creativity. But it's a 12-week course. Step number 1, had to get myself a new notebook. I needed a big one. I wanted a big one. Don't love the design, but I didn't want a plain one. I do like that it says mystery. Gal is a searcher for the universe's mysteries. I'm committed. By the time you watch this, I'll have done week 1. So let me know how you're getting on if you decided to do this. I'm really enjoying the morning pages, and I know a lot of people are thrown off because throughout the course of this and beyond is the idea is you write these morning pages. So it's just like 3 pages of a brain dump first thing in the morning, so that you can just get all of just your random muck on a page that's like floating around in your brain, and that will help you open up a channel to your creativity. I don't know, I've had people write to me and say this has changed their entire lives, like their love lives, their friendships, all of that kind of stuff. And I want that. I want that. Supposed to, you know, get up a little bit earlier if you don't have the time, all of that kind of stuff. But I think if you're already scripting or started doing that with me, or you're scripting anyway, it's not really a big jump. Also with anything, if 3-page commitment sounds like a lot to you, reduce it. No one's looking. I've done this with so many things. Just instead of 3 pages, write 1. Just tell yourself I'm gonna write 1. And then when you sit down to do it, you end up writing 2 or 3 anyway. Really tiny notepad and do 3 pages in a really tiny notepad. She didn't say it had to be A4. So I felt so good about that tarot reading that I did in Vancouver. Let me know if it resonated, because I was just, after that retreat, man, my like intuitive channel was just open. I make a lot of vlogs this month, so I'm keeping this relaxed and chill. Thank you to the sponsors of this video, Squarespace. You guys know the drill, but if you're new here or it just happens to be the right time for you to grab your slice of the internet, Squarespace really is the easiest way to do it. They're your all-in-one platform where you can do everything from set up your domain name to design your entire website. No experience, no problem, because they have these beautiful pre-made templates, whether it be a portfolio, a blog, a wedding RSVP, a e-commerce store like I have, loversunday.com, whatever it is you need, they have a jumping off point for you, fully customizable and easy to use. Need any help though, they have 24/7 support and lots of other features like subscriptions, memberships, appointments, all different things. As always, you don't have to take my word for it, because I have a 2-week free trial for all of my audience people. It would be down in the description below, but it's squarespace.com/Tarmer. You can use the code Tarmer at checkout for 10% off your future billing if you push your site live. What's the vibe read, guys? What's the vibe check? How are you all feeling? I'd love to know in the comments. Like, sensing that it's a bit of a limbo period, a bit of a liminal space, just neither coming or going, not super sad, not super happy, maybe a little bit apprehensive. We're the Chariot card, okay? We have all of the tools and all of the knowledge that we need to move forward and adapt to the changes. Not to be afraid, to have a bit of fun, let the hair down a little bit. I think I'm gonna schedule in a little bit of fun. I also had so many of you send me those alien carcasses that came, like that the Mexican government released, that whole disclaimer. Now guys, I know I love aliens, but if you think I think that alien mummified carcass is real, come on now, I have discernment. But I appreciate you thinking of me. I have to be so careful with things sharing that I'm interested in, because all I get is corgi memes now and alien related news. Okay, I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Love you so much. Bye.